It's week 1 of the 2025 season, and the wait is over for this rivalry game. It's the Dolphins and the reigning Super Bowl champs on Thursday night.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Tonight, it's the Thursday opener for the new NFL season, as it'll be the Miami Dolphins taking on the Buffalo Bills. The wait is finally over. Brandon Gaud and Charles Davis here on the start of a new NFL season, and we kick it off with a bang on Thursday night.
What's interesting about these Thursday night games is oftentimes we hear people say, is it really fair for players to play on Thursday night? But what did we hear from both of these teams going into this one? How excited they were to have the spotlight on their teams, their franchises, the rest of the league watching them go at it.
With fall around the corner, football is back, America, and we're underway on EA Sports. This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. For the Buffalo offense coming out, and it is Josh Allen who is at the helm.
And in this league, there are many quarterbacks who have their most success running the ball, while there are others who have big arms. There aren't too many guys who can do both. And at the end of many games, this guy leads his team not just in passing, but in rushing as well.
They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's second down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The play
breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. Still going. Alvin Kamara. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Alvin Kamara, 76 yards. And the Bills are on the board here first in the season opener. We thought they may be a quick strike offense this season. That is lightning quick. Not bad for the first drive of the year.
That has to actually exceed expectations, doesn't it? Because most teams want to be a quick strike offense. They want to score as quickly as possible and run a defense into submission. What they have to understand is, while they got it done there, long way to go. Don't get discouraged if you have to run a few more plays on your next drive.
Elliott good on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. It only took him 2 plays there to find the end zone. The last one, the long run, getting him in for 6 points. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Here is Tua Tagovailoa heading out to lead this Miami offense.
And I'll bet he's talking to his guys about resisting the temptation to try and turn this into an up-and-down game. Almost like basketball, where both teams press, and one team gets an advantage, the other team's trying to run with them, and they're just not equipped for it. Doesn't matter whether you're equipped or not. Just settle in, get calm before you go for the big strikes.
Tua now on first down. Well, that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front. He was looking for Jalen Waddle there, but now it'll be third down. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. The Dolphins will send out the punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. So here come the Bills out for their second drive. And, Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in Week 1. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that in the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have them all bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams trying to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last but not least, let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell right out of the gate.
Throwing is Allen on third. And that will be incomplete as well.
Partner, we've got ourselves a ball game, and those guys on defense, they came to play. Slipped up on their first series, but they're definitely settling in now and letting it be known that points won't come so easy again.
And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. So Miami coming out for their second drive. They were forced to punt on their initial drive of the new season. Now they're ready to go as they begin again with a 1st and 10. Here's A-Chain to begin the drive. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
Oh, that was a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Tua going to throw. Open man is Waddle, complete. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4. A-Chain now up the middle. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on 1st down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on 2nd.
Right back to A-Chain on 2nd down. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Schwartz. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first. Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Schwartz. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 38. They go back to the ground game with A-Chain. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. Well, they tried to take their shot right there, but the ball hung up a little too long, and it's intercepted.
And when you describe trying to take their shot right there, usually the ball has to be thrown out a little bit.
And now off to the races, down the right side. And they'll get him down past the 15. 96 yards for him on the ground in his first quarter. He has been tremendous to start the new year. Allen's throw caught here by Metcalf. And they work this well upfield across the 45 for 30 more yards and another first down. They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. And he's across midfield and into Miami territory. Javon Holland coming up to make the stop. 2nd and 6. Here's Allen to throw it. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. It's not going to end in points, but, you consider where this drive started. You probably label it a success.
I do, and I know that without points, it's hard to say that a drive truly was a success. But think of it this way. Changing field position, maybe giving your defense a little bit of a break.
The Dolphins offense now heads back on the field. But not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense. Gaining chunks of yardage, getting first down, really making a push for the end zone, and looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before it and get back to it.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. He'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make him make someone miss in the open field.
On play action, here's Tua. Wilson, and now look at this, big gain, but a fumble. But it looks like one of the DBs has it. A lot of talk this week about ball security. In fact, they added an extra period in practice to be more secure with the ball. It didn't work out there.
Well, sometimes you just get overexcited during the game. You may all of a sudden make your catch, see some open field, and decide you're going for it, and not realizing that danger lurks while you're doing so. And there's your end result right there.
To throw, it's Allen. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Five wide. What is that?
Allen gonna throw. It fights him off. That one is caught by Hunt. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A big play that time on the catch and run. 30 yards.
It's got to feel good to hit on one of these in the first quarter of a brand new season. They're hoping this duo can really make some noise this year. And this is a great start. A big play here early in the ballgame.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Catch is made by Metcalf. And he's brought down after a very nice game. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. Allen to throw once more. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time, they were up to the challenge.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Buffalo. Alvin Kamara, already his 2nd touchdown here this opening weekend. And the Bills are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead. So 2 drives, 2 touchdowns here this first quarter, and he's got both of them.
But he's certainly setting himself up for a big game here, and I think if the play caller doesn't get in his own way, they should keep riding him the entire way of this game. Until the defense proves they can stop him, that's what I would call it.
Elliott good with a PAT. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Second quarter now in Buffalo. It's the Bills in control of the football as they've got it as we resume action. Here's the Bills kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins offense now ready to go back out onto the field. Now they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right,
throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. Throw caught by H.A. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Tua's throw caught by his receiver Hill. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last two plays. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now it's A-Chain headed right. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A big hitter there. A 1st down gain of 26 yards.
1st down, Dolphins.
Now Tua on the bootleg here. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Wallace. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it's 2nd down.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
On 2nd down, Tua. His pass caught at the 4. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3. Dolphins on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3.
Hey, come on, two.
Throwing now is Tagovailoa. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
When you run in the slant, timing is everything, and against that man coverage, there's no space available, and incompletion as a result.
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked.
I think they saw something there. I mean, they came from the right side deliberately, and you know there's always a designated guy who goes and blocks it, but it's the rest of his teammates that get him free.
The offense and Alvin Kamara heading back onto the field. He's already cruised past the 100-yard mark. We haven't even gone away for halftime yet.
He might not want halftime. All right, why cool off?
Keep everybody here.
Let's stay out on the field and keep going. But all that being said, everything is really working well for them. The play calling's been excellent. The blocking's been terrific. And obviously his vision and legs have hurdled him to this big number so far. We could be seeing something really special here.
And we'll see how much they give him the ball here. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Well, they approach this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get the momentum going again.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. On 4th down, Matt Araiza sent on to punt. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And now a fair catch called for and taken just outside the 40-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And it'll be Dolphin football. Tua and the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10 at their own 42. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now Tua. Throwing the out route. The ball comes out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. CD, that's the 2nd time this half they put it on the carpet. Now, the first one they lost. Good news here, it doesn't cost them.
They do say that things even out in the course of a ball game. So you mentioned they lost the first one. This time, able to retain possession, but they can't get into this habit. The ball can't continue to go on the ground.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
They'll run for it with A-Chain. And he gets this down to the 18, good enough for a 1st down. 42 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Calling a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good 1st down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on 1st down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Here's Tua. On the slant, Burks. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that'll leave him with a third and just a yard. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. 3rd and 1, and Tua wants to throw it. Got his tight end. That's complete. That's Schwartz. Just a yard, but that's all they needed. And by the slimmest of margins, it'll be 1st and goal.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. You probably talked about since training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free. They couldn't take it away. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Tua going to throw. He's got it. Touchdown. Traylon Burks. A 5-yard touchdown. And the Dolphins have cut it back within a score. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make our score 14-7. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. Back now on offense, the Buffalo Bills. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession in the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
And a decent gain there as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. So the shotgun snap to Allen. And he's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Now this offense in midseason form here in the opener. It's 1st and 10. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earn a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd.
Give them credit for excellent coverage, tight coverage. They're doing a lot of things that we talk about in basketball. They're causing disruptions in the passing game. And as long as that continues, it'll be tough for them.
And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. DK Metcalf, 49 yards. And the Bills' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Elliott good on the extra point, and it's now 21-7. Here's the Bills kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Now a pass that's taken in by Hill. And Hill is going to have a Dolphins first down as the tackle going to be made up at the 37. Tua to Tyreek for the Miami first. Tua sets up to pass it. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. Oh, one of the linebackers has got it. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. And boy, ball security a problem for him so far. 2 first-half fumbles. The first one they were able to keep. This one, a turnover.
And they've got to determine what is causing these turnovers. Is it extra effort, trying to get extra yardage? Sometimes you just have to take what you can get and just take care of the ball. Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on first down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
Here's 2nd and 10. They shakes him off. Able to shake him off. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. And the Dolphins with one final possession here in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their...
And this is caught on the sideline. And he gets out of bounds as well. How about that? A big play there just before halftime. 42 yards.
Well, he worked his way quite a bit in this first half, and with good reason. You can see it there. He is such a handful defensively. Just too hard to keep him under wraps. It delivers a big play here for this offense.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
You still hold your breath where there's a defense when Tua gets out of the pocket. You're worried about him scrambling and getting a 1st down. But there, he made the wise call. If there's nothing downfield, just throw it away.
Looking to pass. Tua. They set up the screen to H.A. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. So even though it's 1st down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. He had his lone attempt blocked earlier. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. So this time the protection holds up for him just fine, and he's able to bang it through.
I think their special teams coach got the point across. He gave him a pretty good earful after the block earlier, and this time there's no penetration, so they're able to pick up 3.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. A final shot before half for Allen. Flush to his right. They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early. So that PI call will give him one more play.
And it'll be an untimed play as well. Now the half will end after this one, unless there's another defensive penalty.
Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. So we have reached halftime here in the Thursday night opener as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, good to get another season underway. We'll get back to you guys for the second half of the season opener. But first, let's take a look at what's still to come here in the opening weekend of the NFL season. Good games all over the screen there, one being at MetLife Stadium. A big one for the Jets, as they'll have to contend with the New England Patriots. In the late afternoon games, one of the best of the bunch will be at Soldier Field in Chicago, where it'll be the Bears taking on the Baltimore Ravens. And one final game to highlight. We wrap things up on Monday Night Football, and they've got a good one this week between the LA Chargers and the Kansas City Chiefs. We just watched a solid first half from the veteran running back, Alvin Kamara. He's over 100 yards rushing for the game already, and found the end zone twice as well. It's a new season, so both of these coaching staffs likely making plenty of adjustments after their first half of football. So for the call of the second half here in week 1, we go back to Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. Out comes the Dolphins now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter.
This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49.
66 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
That one definitely helps as they try to push the ball down the field here, trailing early in the third quarter.
And even though they're trailing, not abandoning the running game. People may call it an adjustment. I think it's just much more sticking to what works for you and continuing to have faith in it. And the running game is starting to pay off.
Tackle made by Chase Young.
They'll give him credit for trying, but there was no fooling the defense with that call. They were reading run, and they set up to stop the run and then executed.
And the pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down. No surprise there. Chase Young wrecks that play with a sack. So now after the sack, Tua and the Dolphins staring at a 3rd and long.
Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 5 yards, not enough. And it'll be 4th down. The Dolphins will send out the punter now as he'll punt it away for the second time. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And not what he was hoping for there as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. So here's the Bills offense now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. On first down, Allen.
And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
Second down, and this one incomplete as well.
This defense has passed its first 2 tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know there's probably another throw coming on 3rd down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on a blitz.
Allen. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
He misses yet again, and the struggles here, they look pretty uncharacteristic for him.
You're certainly right about that. Mechanics are the key right now. Feet, arm, not in sync at all. He ends up throwing that one past his receiver that's open.
And he is going to have the Bills first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive.
Allen.
And this nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. Well, a turnover really would have helped him there, but not to be.
And that could have been the lifeline they needed. This is a play that could have been made. Instead, it's just going to fall incomplete.
Meanwhile, Allen's throw here taken in by Knox.
And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
Good work there to force the incompletion and 4th down. Normally, it'd be a quick change for the punt return unit, but this offense has converted twice on 4th down so far, so you may want to double-check things there and make sure they're actually going to kick the football.
And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. Miami's offense set and ready to go. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. Setting to throw on first down is Tua. And he gets this one to Burks. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
On second down, a run by H.A. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's third down.
If these guys get chopped into that deficit, they got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. That is caught. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Couple of Alabama guys there. Tua to Waddle for the Miami first.
That's a nice catch there. Remember, he had the fumble earlier. No way he was giving up the ball in that situation. Secured it tight to his body and picks up the first down.
H.A. on first and 10. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. And it's second down.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Meanwhile, Tua's throw is taken in by Waddle. And Waddle going to have a Dolphins first down as he'll get this up to midfield.
A gain of 9 yards. First down, Miami.
They'll give up the middle to H.A. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. His carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action. But other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in another carry.
Tua's throw caught by his receiver, Hill. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out in the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
And he is going to have the Dolphins first down. At least it appears that way. And he got it by maybe the length of a football.
3rd and 2, right? So this is a situation where low man has got to win at the line of scrimmage. But it's not just the low man winning. It's the low man who's winning with some force. And they had that to pick up the first down.
Barely picking it up, but they did. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half. And that trend is continuing here.
It's H.A. on the give. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The second down play results in a loss of 2 yards. So first and second down went the wrong direction. They'll try to do better here on 3rd and 13. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line.
That's a down and distance coach is always talking about trying to avoid, isn't it? I mean, that's 3rd and long. And you just know they're pinning their ears back and coming after him, sometimes even with extra pressure.
And he knew that. I mean, he knew they were coming. He just fumbled it. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Kareem Hunt, 49 yards. And the Bills are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Elliott on for the extra point. And the lead is up to 18 now. I'm not sure if they drew that play up to score, but it scored indeed. 1 play on the ground and
0 for 6. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Dolphins offense now working their way back onto the field.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
So it's the big left tackle who gets tagged with a hold.
And sometimes you're actually executing the block well, and he starts to slip off of you, and instinctively you reach out and grab him. And when it's done like that, it's often seen by the official and called.
Now Tua. That pass taken in by Burks. If they didn't have that penalty a moment ago, it'd be a first down. Still a nice 13-yard pickup.
13 yards on the pickup. Brings up second down at the 31-yard line.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. One quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's Dolphin football, but they trail here as we get set for the 4th.
Here now, 2nd and 4.
Here's Tua. He finds his man, complete. It's Clayton. No gain there, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
That's a nice job defensively to make sure everyone was accounted for, because ordinarily you pick up the guys downfield, and sometimes you forget about the running back. In this case, they did not and dropped him for no gain.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
4th down, 4th quarter. Here's Tua.
And he fumbled it. It's on the ground.
Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. And I don't know that fumble's going to matter a whole lot.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble.
Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10.
Another catch there for Waddle.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Consecutive catches for him. That good for 11.
Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the 4th. But a nice first down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution, even though the scoreboard is going against you.
Oh, and now some space to operate. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
Well, partner, they've used him quite well out of the backfield in this one. And here's another nice example. They set up the screen, and he's able to pick his way downfield for a nice gain there.
2 to throw again. It's complete. Burks. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it'll be 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They tackle him almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from
Throwing is Tagovailoa on third down here. Open man is Hill. He's got it. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation. Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
Tua sets up to pass it. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Dolphins have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth. Extra point safely through. And the lead is down to 11 at 28-17. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down. Now Allen. Open target here, Darius Slayton. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 13 and a Buffalo first down. Allen going to throw. Being chased out left. And Allen will have the first down as he's able to slide to avoid the contact at the end. They'll get 13 yards for the second play in a row.
I like how he hung in there and went through his progressions, but eventually his internal clock went off and told him it was time to make a run for it, and he ends up sliding down with a solid gain.
Allen's throw taken in by Diggs. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. To throw, it's Allen. Staying on his feet. But now he's swallowed up and taken down. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on second down. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. Kamara up the middle. Oh, a good move at the 5. And he's brought down. 132 yards rushing for him now here in week 1. A very solid start to this new campaign. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down fourth quarter. Looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we?
And this is caught for a Bills touchdown. DK Metcalf. Already his second touchdown here this opening weekend. And the Bills are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their fourth quarter lead. Elliott now to add the extra point. And the lead is up to 18 now. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it's DK Metcalf who finishes things off with a touchdown reception. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Miami set to take over. And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go in and win a season opener. But this has just been a performance, to be frank, not to be proud of here as they trail big in this fourth quarter. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter.
3rd and 19.
Looking to pass. Tua.
He's got his target. That's complete. Now inside the 25.
And all the way down to the 5. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. A great play there. Already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Dolphins are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Extra point right down the middle. And that'll make this now an 11-point deficit. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the Bills are going to recover. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of an anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
From the 41, here's a 2nd and 4.
Here's Allen to throw it.
That's caught by Diggs.
And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go.
That's caught by Davis.
Touchdown, Bills. Stephon Diggs, 32 yards.
And the Bills have put this one to bed here in the fourth quarter.
I think all teams probably like seeing that schedule for the first time, looking at week 1. Oh, good, we're at home. This is why you want to be home in week 1. They're looking sharp.
And I agree with you totally. That's what you want. But there carries a little extra pressure with that as well, because you and I both know protecting the home field, winning your home games is paramount in this league. So you go into it, yeah, we want it, but now you actually have to go out and prove it.
Yeah, 2 sides to that coin, and looking like they're going to protect it here in this one. Elliott good with a PAT, and the lead is up to 18 now. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So now here come the Dolphins.
And no doubt this is not the way that they had hoped to open their season. Thoroughly outplayed here in front of the national audience.
Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. They'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Now, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Throwing now is Tagovailoa.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him, but after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Tua setting up shop to throw again. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that's going to be just about all she wrote for this one. A 10th carry for Kamara.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. 3rd and inches, and they've got some extra beef up front. 3 tight ends. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. Throw left side, taken in by Slayton. Touchdown! Darius Slayton from 8 yards out as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Charles, a well-drawn-up play, beautifully executed, and look at the scoreboard and where we're at in the second half. They are on their way to a 1-0 start to this season.
Exactly what every team in the league dreams of. Winning your season opener, getting off to that good start, and building confidence for the rest of the season.
Elliott on for the extra point. And they open the lead up now to 25 points. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it ends in a Buffalo touchdown. Here's the Bills kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. Dolphins offense returning to the field. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
Yeah,
to a hit, and the ball is out. And now this ball picked up by the offense. But here in the final 2 minutes of the game, this will be blown dead. Only the fumbler can advance the football. So this will go back to the spot of the fumble itself. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Here's Tua. And brought in downfield by Burks. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That goes for a gain of 31.
First down, Dolphins.
One final try for Tagovailoa. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. Well, this was not just the opener of a brand new season, but this was a division game here in week 1. And to come through with a 1-0 start against a division opponent gives you a little something extra heading forward for the rest of the season.
Yeah, let's pile it all into one game, right? Opening the season, and you open within the division. You knew the motivation was going to be there on both sidelines. One just executed better and earned the win.
So for the Bills, they begin the new campaign with a victory here in front of the home crowd in the Thursday opener. And now they'll have a few extra days here before they face Cincinnati next week. Meanwhile, for the Dolphins, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Baltimore Ravens. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.